Hello, friends. Good morning. This is Isaac Preston speaking to you once again from Abakaliki, Ebonyi State, Nigeria. In case you have not forgotten, this is the Nigerian brand Randy Preston speaking on TBC. Um, I laugh because of the fact that one, um, I want to continue my composure speaking like Randy Wilson himself. Uh, but the truth is, today I want to speak on the reason why we all must embrace TBC, the billion coin. Remember, in my previous broadcast, actually, this is my broadcast number 5. And in this broadcast today, I will be speaking about why nobody should stay back, why we should embrace this movement. Like in my previous broadcast, I told you, my friends, that this is the answer to what we have been crying for, the injustice that have been meted upon mankind by these very few elites of the society, the evil that they are breathing down the neck of everybody, 99% of the population of the earth. But now, why am I saying today that everybody must embrace TBC? The reason is because it is going to be an end to poverty. TBC, the billion coin, will bring an end to poverty. The movement, like I said in my previous blog, it is a movement. It is a movement in the sense that a lot of people are marching on in protest to say that yes, TBC is the only answer now. Like I said, it is accept God. Accept God. For now, it is only TBC that has this answer for mankind to end poverty and oppression by the very few elites against the total remainder of the population of the earth. As it is now, we must embrace TBC for the fact that it will not only end poverty, it will bring about an abundance. When I say it will bring about an abundance, you think of a situation where whatever you need, you get it. You do not have to cry for it. You do not have to beg for it. You do not have to bow your head low in shame. In Nigeria, we call it coming in cap in hand, to beg someone to give you food, to give you some money so you can put food on the table for your children. With TBC, that will no longer be the case. With TBC, you will have your pride, your honor as a man, as a woman, to take care of your family. Do not forget, the TBC children are the children of the TBC members. All the TBC children are TBCians. They are the young TBCians that will grow to continue this movement. They must not suffer now. They should continue to live like millionaires, what the world commonly understands as millionaires. That is how our children are supposed to continue to live. We let them have the best they should have, the best treatment, the best care, the best that the life can give. We let them have it. TBC can make this possible. Yes, TBC can make this possible. TBC can make this possible if all of us now we embrace this movement by doing just the needful. What do I mean by doing the needful? One, you get registered. By getting registered, you are going to claim your free gift of 25,000 cookies. Remember what I told you in my last broadcast? Cookies are like point values. It is used to measure what your participation or what the tax you do will mean. So as long as you continue to do some tasks, you do them satisfactorily, some point value are awarded to you. These point values are cookies. When you redeem your cookies, you redeem them as spendable Kringles. These spendable Kringles are now sent into your digital wallet. We call it the TBC009 wallet. In this wallet, that is where you have your Kringles. There you will be able to either send Kringle to another member, either for something you need to exchange, or another member can send to you for a transaction or for exchange. When you have done this registration and claim your 25,000 cookies, what is the next thing to do? You move ahead to activate your account by paying for an activation fee. That one is a must. That activation is a must. A 4 grains worth of Bitcoin. You are going to pay Bitcoin worth 4 grains in value. This will mean something like $10. It will cover your lifetime wallet of the TBC009 account. And also, it will also cover your KCBO, that is the Kringle.cash back office, where you get all the information, where you get the instructions as to what to do. It will help you to do your transactions. When you do your transactions, you'll be able to get your cookies and move them to where your cookies will be until the time you will redeem them. It is only in your back office that you can get this. That's why that must be paid. And after doing this, the next thing is that you are going to begin to learn to do a broadcast. When you do a broadcast, remember I'm trying to remind you of the simple tax, beneficial tax. When I say beneficial, it means tax that after doing them, they bring you benefits. Yes, but that is what it means. That is what it means. Tax that when you complete them, they bring about benefits. Very great benefits, interesting benefits to you. And this will come in form of Kringles. When you do broadcast as a millionaire broadcaster, you get some cookies for that. That is about 1,000 cookies. But as a broadcaster, as a billionaire broadcaster, you are going to get 1,000 times that same value of that same amount of cookies, and that will be 1 million cookies. And when you do this, do not forget the next thing you need to do is to do a transaction. Do a transaction either with your sponsor or with a partner, an exchange of 40 grains of gold. 40 grains of gold. In your back office, you understand how much this will cost you. When you do this transaction, this one will give you a whooping 100 million cookies as a broadcaster, billionaire, as a billionaire broadcaster. But if it is as a millionaire broadcaster, you are going to get like 100,000 cookies. But sure, there's going to be a 100 million cookies for that 40 grains transactions. Why am I mentioning this and say that everybody should embrace the movement? It is because you need to ask from those who have redeemed their Kringles for now. As we speak, there are online stores that already accept TBC Kringles for the goods and services that they offer. These stores, like we have in Nigeria, we have my TBC Faruna stores. Let me just mention that as an example. There are other stores. They accept 100% TBC. GMC stores in Lagos. They have started selling to other states in Nigeria too. and send it, make a delivery to them. They also accept 100% TBC. So what are you waiting for? You see that TBC movement is making sense. We are sure from the beginning that it is going to make a lot of sense. Unfortunately, I didn't start from the beginning, but from the time I joined, that was just December. I've been reading the blogs. I've become very much convinced that what TBC is doing is no child's play. It is the real deal. The admin is a genius. Every day I will say it, because for him to sit down and think out this idea and is bringing it to fruition, he is a super genius. And like I said, since people have started spending their kringles for getting real value, real products, real services, that will tell you that the community have already started exchanging kringles for products and services, for goods and services. So it is no longer the time you will think that, what am I going to do with the kringles even if I get it? No, that time is past. That time is past. Right now, you get the kringles, you spend it. Oh, yes, you spend it. Yes, you spend it. But spending it does not mean that you are going to be extravagant with it. You get the needful. There is a certain amount of kringles that you are not supposed to exceed per day as you make your transactions, either to make purchases or that. Like if you listen to number 187 broadcast of Randy Wilson, the leader of TBC, when we say the leader of TBC, all the information that we get now is being controlled and issued through him. That is why we call him the leader of the TBC. That doesn't make him the admin. Nobody knows who the admin is. The admin is anonymous. He has to remain in the background, because if he is ever known, you will see that the people who will not want the TBC to succeed, those who run the fiat system, those who own the central banks, the governments that be, they will not want anybody to poke a finger or two or some fingers into their eyes and take food off from their mouth. They will want their fiat system to remain, so that they will continue to be called the creme de la creme of the society. They will continue to be regarded as the elite of the society. Whatever they say stick. Those of us who are the majority, will always have our say, but the minority, will always have their way. That is what they want. So if they want the admin, do you think the admin will live for the next 24 hours? That is not possible. They will make sure they eliminate him, and that is why the admin cannot be known. That is the truth, even if it bites some people, but we know that that is the truth. So according to the instructions that we are getting now, before you make a purchase of or you make a transaction of something that will worth up to $1,000, you are going to be called by someone in charge of transactions like that, to find out, to make sure that you are not trying to bring down the value of TBC by maybe discounting. What do we mean by discounting? You say TBC is now $8.6 dollar per kringle. So I need money now. Even if you give me $5 per kringle, I have it now after I have a lot of kringles in my account. That is rubbish. That is not acceptable. That is not acceptable. I tell you, it is never acceptable, and it will never be acceptable. You can get what you need, but to discount the TBC, you are doing a whole lot of harm to the entire TBCians, to the entire community of TBC. You are doing a lot of harm to the movement. You are deflating the tire of the vehicle that is making this TBC movement possible. We are not going to allow that. From $1,000, you are going to be called, and if it is found that what you are doing is genuine, of course will be allowed. But if it is not genuine, you'll be stopped. Nobody can send us backwards again. Nobody can bring about what happened back in 2017 to happen again. No, I am sure that it will never happen. There is nothing we're doing within the back office or the TBC wallet that is not seen by the admin. As long as you are doing what you are not supposed to do, you are doing it wrongly, you are trying to bring us down, we will first of all stop you before you do that. And whoever does that, that person's send button meetings will be stopped until the person decides to abide by the rule guiding this community to make sure that it takes us to the promised land. Where is the promised land? The time we will attend to 1 billion members in the TBC community. And once that is done, even those who are trying to sell now will now thank the admin that he was able to stop them from throwing away their Krengos. By that time, the worth of the TBC coin, one coin, will be worth 1 million grains of gold. Imagine how much that will mean. 1 billion. 1 billion grains of gold. That would be a lot of money. Imagine that you have just one coin that time. And you are sure that 1 billion grains of gold is above $1 billion. Imagine me having $1 billion. my friend, I can even go and block the highway A1 in Nigeria, and you take permission from me before you cross it, when I have $1 billion. Where would the LS be by that time? Nobody will be able to trample on anybody's right again by that time. So I'm telling us, this is the time to embrace the movement of TBC. TBCians will be very, very thankful, very, very thankful and appreciative. They must show their gratitude to the admin. They must show a lot of gratitude to the leader right now, Randy Wilson, who is making sure that everybody is following instructions. And as far as at least this little area where I am now, that is Abakaliki or Ebonyi State in general, I'll make sure that I'll continue to represent Randy Wilson very, very well. That is why I will remain Randy Preston of Nigeria. That's the way Randy will always laugh when he has said something that he sure will stick. This definitely will stick. So my folks, this is actually a very serious business. When I say it is a very serious business, it is in the sense that there is no other answer that we are seeking except what we have discovered. That is the TBC and its Krengos. When we are looking how to come out of poverty, so many people have done so many things to come out of poverty, but now it is on your laps. You do not have any reason to say that you are still thinking whether you will join, because you are getting these things for free. You are not paying to get it. The only contribution you made from your pocket is the 4 grains of gold that you are paying as activation for the activation of your KCBO back office. And again, you must do that transaction to show that there is a commitment coming from you. Remember, everything you get completely free of charge does not work. But when you know that you have made any form of commitment, it makes you to become more serious. But that is not to say that as soon as you pay $100 or the worth of 40 grains of gold, that the money has gone. No. When you pay the same value, the worth of that 40 grains of gold in Krengos will be paid or transferred by the sponsor whom you pay that money to. It will be transferred to your TBC wallet, that is your 009 account. It means that either ways you are not losing. It's a win-win affair. You got the value of your 40 grains of gold while the sponsor that give you the kringles also got the value for his kringles that he has given you. And he must not discount for any reason to say, because I want to get that money for the transaction from you, I will discount money so that I will make sure that maybe you give it to me today. I need it today, not tomorrow. No, nobody discounts. And do not forget that as you are hearing and taking up your registration, make sure you are telling the next person. Tell your friend to tell his friend, and tell his friend to tell his friend. Remember, once you're able to bring two persons, I tell you it's 2 by 2, 2 by 2, 2 by 2. Continue the multiplication. The only thing that works is rapid multiplication, rapid duplication. Everybody brings two persons bring 4 persons, 4 persons bring 8 persons. As soon as our community grows to 1 billion members, we have arrived. You will never ever become poor in your life again. That is what TBC has promised. Hello folks, this is Randy Preston from Abakaliki, Ebonyi State. One love.